Welcome, everyone, to Headline News in the High Priestess, where today's headline meets the wisdom of Tarot. Let's clear away the noise, take the top headline shaping our world, and explore what Tarot archetype and energies are moving beneath them. Remember that the Tarot cards, reminds us that history will always move in patterns, but our consciousness expands and moves by choice. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Move through this weekend with discernment. My name is Ingrid. Let's see what guidance wants to emerge for all of us respecting Melania Trump in the news. She had a press conference. In this press conference, the message was clear. From her perspective, she had nothing to do with the Epstein files, nothing to do with his enterprise or his criminal behaviors, etc. And she wants to make that very clear. She also told the world, let's get these victims before Congress and swear under oath about what they know. This is really an interesting invitation. Let's see what emerges. Let's see what the cards have to say on the next slide. So I realized that certainly in this community, whatever Melania Trump has to say or not say is of little import, right? But I always think that we can learn from, let me just zoom out a little bit here. We can learn a little bit from everyone, right? Um, Even if it's an unsavory character as is Melania, um, we have something to learn, right? And also the fact that this is coming out in the collective really, really strongly, is whether you like her or not, whether you believe her messages or not, it's already seeped into the collective consciousness, right? So let's ask the three questions I always ask with these, which is what is the deeper pattern here with Melania and specifically with her, right? What is this deeper pattern that's happening here with her? That's the first question. The second question is going to be, what is really being revealed? Because we can all assume that anyone who is accused of being in the Epstein file, who is in the Epstein file, etc., that they're just going to deny it. Look at Deepak Chopra for crying out loud, right? Um, and his was pretty incriminating, his emails and stuff, I think. Um, but yeah, what's really being revealed here? What's really being revealed here to the collective? What is really going on? Because it's not the denial, right? Like we don't need this in the bigger platform for someone to just generally deny any involvement with XYZ, right? Or that she's definitely not someone who's looking for justice. This is a woman who went to go see children in cages here in the United States, in immigration cages, with a jacket that says, "I don't care, do you?" So this is not a sympathetic, empathetic person. So, for her to say to the collective and the masses, "Hey, yeah, I'm not involved and the victim should speak out," that doesn't seem like what's really going on, right? So what's being revealed? What's being revealed here to the collective? What's really being revealed? Okay, this is going to be the answer to that second question. And then the third question is, what are we being asked to do with this information, right? What is it that we're being asked to do with this headline news here? So what can we do? What's being asked of us to do? What's being asked of us to do? Okay. And this is going to be the outcome for the collective. And once again, I am using the Tarot of Mystical Moments for this offering of headline news and the High Priestess. Let's begin. So this is the deeper pattern here for Melania Trump. This is the Five of Swords. This is the card of betrayal. This is the card of hidden secrets. This is the card of also patching something together that's already broken. We could see it here. Let me just take one of one of these pens so I can point it out. So this is like the deeper pattern here for her. She's not even trying to fix the broken individual whom I'm identifying here as Trump. There's a different agenda, a hidden agenda that she's got with this Five of Swords. Yes, the statement betrayed him, and this guy has got a hollow heart, betrayed him, but I feel like she was being asked to do this by him only because I see the connection here with the crosses, the strings here, and her red dress here. So these strings that she's been showing the world, right? The message, the press conference is linked to her spouse, and he's actually the one pulling the strings. He needs her to sort of cover something. Um, my initial impression of this statement from her was that it was being made to hide something else, and to hide maybe a bruising that this administration is already receiving, and I think it has to do with the WAR in the Middle East, right? So and also this red is like very tribal, very much in the space of uh perhaps even Russia, perhaps even her roots, right? But this patchwork is being asked of her to do, and she's got the heart, right? Like she's holding on to that piece of the puzzle here that will put things together. So part of this was revenge, right? Because the Five of Swords has that energy of of sort of a betrayal or taking something. I'm taking something from you that is of value, but the other part is hidden. It's hidden. Like we can't really see what her motivations are. But this is, this is asking what's the deeper pattern here, and that's been her deeper pattern, to take what doesn't belong to her and take something valuable and turn it and twist it, and not really revealing her true intentions to us. This is par for the course for her. I feel like she's probably had some contracts here, and whenever they pull the strings for her to show up and do what she needs to do, she will abide by that, because she's looking at something else. She's probably looking at her future some different way. Yeah, this is not a sympathetic individual. So what is really being revealed, right? What's really going on behind the scenes? This has to do with the world, just as I suspected. I think that this was the situation in the Middle East, and with the WAR going on right now, is so bad for the United States, and it's so damning. And our inflation is going up, and the gas prices are going up, and the world is being affected by this in a negative way, that they are hoping that this engagement, this revisiting of something so damning already to this administration, will take people's eyes off what's going on in the world. So what's really going on is that they want to distract the world from what's going on in the Middle East. Things are hanging at a balance for the United States. And so what can we do about it, right? What can we do about it? And this is the Queen of Cups energy. This is for us to sort of preserve our energy, to keep it, it's sort of like we have a pearl inside of us, and we're being asked to hold that pearl tight, to not allow it to be exposed, to hold on to the inner gems that we are, and to really not be distracted by either of these energies, right? The Queen of Cups is an energy that is receptive. She receives information from the subconscious realms. And right now, what I am receiving for the collective is that we are to keep our sort of antennas alert to what's going on in the world, but not become consumed by the theatrics of what's being presented to us, but rather be consumed by the inner pearl inside of us, the gems that we have inside of us, and to not allow that, meaning this, to drain our emotions, but rather to remember that we are not to give our emotions to these scenarios playing out. Just take a deep breath in. Let's do our prayer. When the world feels as if something is being taken that doesn't belong to those stealing it, and it leaves a gaping hole in our hearts, let us see the value of the rose, represented here by love, the white rose of purity. In so doing, we balance the world. We acknowledge that we are actually one world, not two worlds divided. Let us engage our subconscious realm and treasure all of our authority, our autonomy, our royalty. This is a queen energy. She is royalty, and we are royalty. Do not give up sovereignty, but rather acknowledge that our royalty can mend the world and can heal hearts. Take another deep breath in and release the breath. As we close, remember that the headline news is always going to show us what is loud. I want you to meet the moment with inner awareness and make the choice to transcend the news and find the inner gem. If this reading helped you see this particular news segment with Melania a little bit differently, with a little bit more clarity, please subscribe and come back each time for headline news in the High Priestess. I want you to always remember that for us to choose wisdom, we must reject chaos. Remember that. Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, trust your inner knowing, and thank you so much for joining me here on Headline News in the High Priestess.